ready for it. I just want to get in there and get things done.
I used to play football, but I just mostly want to do boxing all the time.
I'm not going to go looking for the knockout. If it comes, it comes.
I'm just buzzing that everything's falling into place at the right time.
I've got a big heart and I've got a lot of ability, and I'm going to go the whole way.
The first sport that I'd done was really football, but I didn't really enjoy it too much, so we moved on to boxing.
Well, Box Nation, it's like for a young fighter, it's a dream come true.
Oh yes, that's the launch of Box Academy. That's the fighting's actually going to be taking place on Thursday evening, beginning at about 7:30. But that show follows this one, 8:30. Coming up is the class of 2012, as we like to call them, Box Academy London. Then we'll move to Box Academy Oldham, which possibly doesn't have the same sound, so we'll have to maybe call it Box Academy Northwest. Then we'll go to the northeast, because otherwise Bradley Saunders is going to get probably biblical on one or two people, because he's not happy the fact we've not been up there. Then we're going to have to go up to Billy Nelson up in Scotland, because Billy gets angry that we tend to treat Scotland like a different country, or he thinks we do. We don't. We love it in Scotland, Bill. I'd do this show from Scotland if I could. I really would. You're watching Steve Bunce on the Bunce Hour here on Box Nation. You can get your emails and tweets into me. It's quite simple. It's at Big Daddy Bunce, and it's also bunce@boxnation.com. Still going to hear in a moment from J. Leon Love. He's our American heavyweight who's unbeaten, a good talker, plus he's inside the Mayweather camp, and we always like someone who's inside the Mayweather camp. Just spoke there to Sam Webb, who made his Royal Albert Hall debut the other night, and managed to win through a final eliminator. Came through that no problem against Matty Hall. Not no problem, it was a hard fight. Now another kid on the undercard who entered the ring with an unbeaten record, but was against it on paper. It was a hard fight. It was his first time above 4 rounds. He was fighting a veteran of 12-round fights and fights all over the world: America, Ireland, Britain and Australia. A kid called Dean Byrne, who is a good fighter. Anyway, it was a cracking fight, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined in the studio not just by Terry Holmes, but also by Graham Earl, who is in his corner. And Graham, if I could start with you, help Terry get through those last couple of rounds when it looked like Terry wasn't sure he had it in the tank. Was that fair? Because I heard you talking to him, calming him down in the corner. Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean, after Terry almost had him out of there, I could see he give it everything. He was non-stop for a while, and I thought, right, okay, when the towel got chucked.
But you had a flashback when that towel came in, didn't you?
Afterwards, my mum was just on Terry. I just wanted to make sure I got him to the corner, calm him down, and it's
on the now as it goes. Yeah, go on, carry on.
The plans was literally, look, just spend the first half until I say now.
Yeah.
And then we're going to step back up. We're going to get energy levels back up.
Yeah.
And get back to business. But I was just so excited.
So excited. You got in the ring yourself. Yeah. And I tell you what, there's some referees might have disqualified you.
Yeah,
that's okay. Everyone's got to be rational. At that point, Terry, and welcome to the show, mate. At that point, did you think it was over?
Yeah. I thought, personally myself, I thought it was over.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, it's Mac and Jimmy. They know what they're doing. If they chuck the towel in,
of course they do.
There's got to be a reason why they've chucked the towel in.
Yeah, and also you'd caught him enough times at that point, and the reason why I think Mark threw the towel in Mark's experience, because he wasn't throwing anything back, was he?
He was just moving his head and he wasn't throwing back. Like if you're in the corner and if you was getting punched, you'd move out the way.
Yeah.
Just bounce out the way.
His argument, of course, and he's a fighter, Dean Burnham. He's the kind of guy that's never ever going to say anything was easy. Dean's argument was that he wasn't hurt. Well, and I said to him at the time, I said, well, you look like you were hurt, and you have to throw punches back. Now, how did you actually feel till after that? It was about the 4th round, if I'm not mistaken. Was that the 4th? Yeah, 4th or 5th. But how did you feel going into the 7th and 8th? Because I was looking at you, and I thought you were in front then by a round, maybe 2. But at the same time, it looked like you were having a bit of a crisis in the corner. Did you think yourself, because you were getting, you're in unknown water, were you not panicking, but were you a little bit nervous about those last 2 rounds?
No, I weren't blowing, but I was tired.
Yeah.
But I knew I just had to carry on and put my head down and just keep going forward and just try and outbox him.
Yeah. And and you did in the end. I mean, I thought it was tight, but I thought you won. I mean, Dean's not happy with it, as I say. But he's a sort of fight you can understand that, Graham.
Of course, yeah.
You never ever considers.
No.
You know, he's never going to lose a fight in his head, is he?
No,
Dean,
no,
that
no.
doesn't make him a bad kid. You know, it's just the way it is.
When I phoned up Dean and asked for the fight, I didn't even know that Dean had just not long fought and lost. So I was phoning up for Terry to fight an unbeaten fighter,
Of course.
and it was an educational move because they sparred a couple of rounds before. I remember thinking at that point, a bit more experience, Terry can beat him, and you know, like I said, an educated move, and it paid off. So I was overjoyed with the win, and you know, it's pity he didn't get the stoppage. He was robbed of that.
Yeah, I think you probably denied that. So let me ask you this: Can you get down in weight, or are you just fighting comfortably at the moment? I mean, if you really pushed yourself.
No, I normally box at 10-3.
Okay.
But I wanted to get down to 9 stone 13 lightweight.
Yeah.
But this fight, he wanted it at 10-9.
We had
Oh,
to,
shoot! So you had no choice.
Yeah.
So you're 8 or 9 pounds above where you could be.
Yeah, I basically I was. You can see it on the. I was a bit chubby.
Yeah, carrying a bit of flesh.
But
We've had a few. We've had a few. I mean, I think Terry's first fight was made at 9:13.
Yeah.
But then the opponent had an injury or was ill that morning, so I had to then bring someone else in that day for Terry to fight. So we had to put on a bit of weight. So every time we've tried to get down to 9:13, and it's all gone smoothly. Purely reasons we've had to keep the weight up purely because the fight is coming in heavy, and I don't like to give away weight, and you know, unless we have to.
So just before we've got to do another interview, but just before we leave and speak to Jay Leon Love, were you, when you looked at it, you know, because you looked at Burns' record, you looked at, you know, his experience, and you looked at, you know, looked at Terry as a 20-year-old boy. What was it? Only after 5 fights. Did you have to think about it, or did you know that?
I knew it. I knew
Straight
I was
on
making,
it.
I knew I
Bang.
was making a right. Everyone
Brilliant.
thought I was making a bad move. I knew I was making the right move. This is the kid to watch. He's got a great future. He's multi-talented. You know, and that fight brings the best. That's the best he's fought in my eyes, and it brought the best. The stronger the opponent in front of him, the better. The best we'll see of Terry. Now we'll just bring him along steady again. It was just to make a little bit of noise, which was done.
Which you did, gate crash. We'll carry on talking to the pair of you in a second. Joined in the studio here by Terry Holmes and Graham Earl, who was working with him. Now, Terry, I couldn't help but notice that you do have a black eye. Your left eye is black. Now, is that from the fight, or is that from...
yeah, that's from the fight. But it's when I thought I had the victory and I put my hands in the
What,
air.
when he rushed across, hit you with a sucker punch?
Yeah, he got me lovely.
I think we might have it coming up. Here we go.
Yeah, anytime.
Stop. Towels out. Bit of confusion.
About here.
Sucker. Oh! You just about got your guard up, didn't
That's
you?
it, I just got it.
Now Billy obviously is your brother-in-law, isn't he? You're married to his sister, Billy Joe
that's
Saunders.
right.
And he must have given you a bit of stick over the black eye.
Yeah, just kept winding it back, playing it forward.
Is that what he's been doing?
Him and his dad. I keep laughing about it. But
'Cause he's a little bit tricky, Billy, isn't he, in that sense? I mean, he's been nice to you tonight. He hasn't said anything about you.
Yeah, he's okay.
He gave Ashley Sexton some stick. He's not giving you any stick yet.
He's not so bad.
Do you ever spar with him?
Nah.
No, just
I
for
don't want to.
speed.
I don't really want to hurt him.
I know. I thought that really. Yeah, he'll be
I'm married
delighted.
to his sister, innit? If I hurt him, then his sister will get upset with me.
So if you hurt him, she'll hurt you.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to behave yourself. When might you be out again, Terry? Has anyone spoken to you? When you might box again?
Don't know yet. I want to have a little break for a moment, but
Good.
I want to try and get out as soon as possible. Really.
All right.
Just take it nice and steady now.
Yeah, 20. As Graham said earlier on, you've made the impression.
I've made the
there.
point that I
You've
can
made the
box.
footprint. You can relax a little bit now, can't you?
Yeah, just take that.
And Graham, what about you? You got is the gym working well? Have you got your
Yeah, gym's working well. I have 3 fighters in my gym that I actually work with and train. That's including Terry, and you know, one of them's a big heavyweight, Tom Little, 6 foot.
Yeah, I've seen
6
him.
inches.
Big old lump, hasn't he?
Very, very fast. Obviously, I've got fighters from the ground that I'm building, and at the Albert Hall, Terry was a product of moving up and coming in nicely. So.
That's you promote up there as in
I promote
it's
as
tough
well,
in
yeah.
the promoting game.
It is really
it's hard,
tough.
Isn't it?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
You know,
It's hard. It's an
Yeah.
easy way to lose money, boy, isn't it?
losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the pair of you, thanks very much. Graham, thanks very much. Terry, thanks for coming in, son. And I said to Billy when he asked me if you would come in, I said, yeah, no problem at all. Get him in any time. And I'm good to my work because that's the way I work. And if you are a boxer out there and you fancy being on the show, you can just send me a tweet. It's at Big Daddy Bunce, or you can email me bunce@boxnation.com. Now, remember, if you want to be in if you want to be part of the action this week, if you want to watch the fights that we've got coming up, then you're going to have to subscribe. Do it sooner rather than later, because it's going to be a monster week, not just on Box Nation, but for boxing in general. Mayweather, Cotto, enjoy it.